Ho, Tudor-minded people, it's Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Time Machine. Oh, God's blood, Tudorphiles! It falls to me to tell you of a most alarming, terrible, and revolting, miserable malady. Plague boils! Friends, I am shut up in Windsor Castle with the Queen and court. No one may come from London, lest they bring the pestilence that rages there. Indeed, it is said that the Queen means to have a gallows built outside Windsor, and that anyone who comes near the castle shall be hanged. But oh, 'tis too late for such a measure. The plague has entered the castle keep. 'Tis my own page who has perished. Ah! I was the one who first noted the plague boil on the lad's neck. Horrors and damnation! He came to bring me a message, and as he bowed to me I saw it, an ugly swelling, a bulging, death-heralding bump. I screamed and screamed. In my mind's eye, I saw the terrible liquid straining to erupt and corrupt the poor boy's skin. I saw the plague boils grow and spread until his entire body was blackened as if he had been burnt. I heard him wail in agony and shiver and shake as fever racked his frame and his teeth shattered from the convulsions. I saw his fingers turn black and all types of corruption oozing from every part of his body until at last he might find mercy in death. I shall say it. I thought to call a guard to run the lad through with a sword rather than commit him to the agony that I foresaw. But I did not. I told the lad to stay where he was. I ran to get help. The alarm was sounded. Chaos ensued. The Queen thinks to move the entire court from Windsor. All are feared. All pray and call on God's mercy. Oh, would I have never seen a plague boil!
Plague boils. Ooh, how awful. Tudorphiles, what think you? If you're new here, I'm Gage.
I'm Jessica.
And we're here with Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Word of the Week.
Don't miss a word and listen to Tudor Time Machine's Out Brief Candle podcast, in which I solve a bloody murder at the Globe Theatre. Listen on Spotify or your favorite streaming service while you are gadding about. Oh, do be careful of the plague. But subscribe on YouTube. Give me a like.
Tudorphiles are an amazing bunch. Every one of you has the brain power of Portia and the courage of Cleopatra. Philadelphia, you're quarantined at Windsor Castle because of the plague?
Yes, it is dreadful. There were two major outbreaks of the plague during Elizabeth's reign, one in 1563 to 64 and one in 1592 to 1593. I was but a young chit in 1563, too young to feel fear. Now all I can think of is plague boils. Ah, God's blood!
Philadelphia, in general, I think you're kind of overdramatic, but honestly, I can't imagine how terrifying it must be to be in the middle of a plague outbreak.
Especially when there was absolutely no medical knowledge to help people. Oh, I do not understand you. Her Majesty has called in all the best medical minds.
And what does the medical man say?
Oh, the good doctors know the pestilence is caused by a foul miasma. Bad air. Yes, so we must burn bonfires outside and sweet herbs inside. The doctors shall lance the plague boils so the evil blood can escape.
Oh, no. And so then it will spread.
The patient is bled.
Right, so that makes them even weaker.
And fed a diet to balance the bad humors.
Ugh, I just don't know if that's effective.
And then prayed over. Well, that's probably as effective as any of the other measures. But I cannot waste any more time with you pod ladies. I am too troubled and fearful. Oh, please, God, that I shall not be damned with a plague boil. Ah!
Take care, Philadelphia. How terrifying the plague must have been. And all the measures they took were really useless, Jessica.
I know, it was an awful death. It was painful. It was horrible. And it spread so fast. I mean, it must have just seemed like it was just a raging nightmare for people at the time. The outbreak in London in 1592 that actually did send Elizabeth to Windsor Castle killed thousands of people in London alone, let alone the rest of the country and the world.
The people who were hardest hit were the people who lived in unsanitary and crowded conditions. So it just whipped through them. The authorities used quarantine to try to control the spread of illness. And even if they didn't know how the illness was spread, the quarantine probably was a little bit helpful. Thankfully for us, in 1894, the Swiss-French bacteriologist André Yersin identified the plague bacterium. And he identified it both in humans and confirmed its presence in rats, which was a massive breakthrough and really a miracle for all of humankind.
Right, because now we know it's the fleas that carry the plague and spread it to rats, and then they spread it to humans. Can you imagine how people must have felt, just the miracle of it? It's incredible.
Incredible. But I do have to ask, did our time-traveling tutor, Philadelphia Carey, did she come down with the plague? And did her page actually have the plague?
So her page did die, but she lived through the terrible outbreak of 1592. And actually, she even lived through the next smaller outbreak in 1603.
Wow. Well, Philadelphia, she's quite a one. There's still very occasional cases of bubonic plague, but thankfully, very few of us will ever see a plague boil. Modern medicine is a miracle.
Oh, yeah, it sure is.
Philadelphia's not here, so I'll send us off. Listen in next time. Subscribe to YouTube. Give us a like. And also, check out your Tudor garb at TudorTimeMachineCreatorSpring.com.